Good morning and welcome to our today's webinar, Eltako, the company. I'm Michael Lange. I'm together here with my colleague, Michael Tünte. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, all together.
Yeah, I hope you're all doing good and you're in good health in these days and you have the same beautiful weather as we have here in south of Germany. The idea of today's webinar is to give you a proper overview about who is Eltako. Some of you know us very good, some of you maybe not so in detail, but today is the idea to show you some facts and figures, some historical parts of the company, and for sure our wide product range and future milestones. So first of all, you should know what is the meaning of Eltako. Eltako comes from the German, from the German elektrischer Tastkontakt. That's the nickname or the short name of this means Eltako. It's no Mexican food, no fast food chain. It's a simple mechanical function. Yeah, 70 years of history. We had our 70th anniversary by last year. We are in the 71st year in 2020. So that means for sure the company was founded in 1949 by Mr. Horst Ziegler. Today, his son Ulrich Ziegler holds the share capital and he's the general manager and owner. And the next third generation is already on board. It's a family-owned business with approx 180 employees in total and a turnover by 2019 of approx 54 million euros. The distribution center, central stock and management is located in Fellbach. This is close to Stuttgart in the south of Germany. And the production of the electronic devices and wireless is in China. To give you a bit of an overview where we are active and what is the countries we are serving, you can see on this slide the blue marked countries are the countries we have own stuff. So Eltako is represented there directly. The yellow marked countries are business partners. So concentrated to Europe, to the Nordics, to some more yellow marked like South Africa, Philippines, Singapore, and so on. Some in Middle East, and that's the yellow marked. You also can see a square in some brown color. This is the production in China. And on the right-hand side, you can see where Fellbach is located on the German map. Some try letters on this slide, some facts and figures. Today, Eltako is #1 manufacturer of impulse switches and relays. We are market leader in Germany with these products. Eltako is also one of the market leaders when it comes to staircase time switches, mains disconnection relays, and multifunction time relays. Also, Eltako is the largest EnOcean manufacturer with about over 290,000 sold products in 2019. A bit more details about EnOcean we will come on the next slides. And as mentioned on the previous page already, we have a turnover of approx 54 million in 2019, and the export business is about almost a third, between a fourth and a third. It's 28% of the whole. What is Eltako? Eltako is quality. We have a complaint rate of less 0.4% over the whole range. So that makes us very happy because quality is indication for Eltako since 1949 and since the beginning. Eltako is service, direct contact to hotline and field service or external sales. That means we are in direct contact with our customers. And if you need help or support, you can easily call a person, not a number. Eltako is innovative because we have our own R&D department, app and software development, and this will be extended if necessary all the time So we create our own products in the development. And for sure, Eltako is cost effective. We have a real calculation of prices based on costs, not on the market potentials. And so this is a point, all the R&D costs will go through all the products, not to the single one we sell, a very few a year. In the next slides, we talk more about installation, about products. And there's one key thing to know, that means the way of installation. And to show you on this slide, the idea is we separate that into a central installation, into the distribution box on DIN rail, and a decentral installation, here in this example, in a plastic box or in the blind ceiling or wherever. So this is something you need to remember for the following slides. We have a central installation, we have a decentral installation. To give you some more information in advance before we start to go into the products, you can see here how the identification of our products is working. In general, the first 1 or 2 letters is the function. The second, the numbers, are the series. In this case, the set means a central control. This is for our electronic devices. And the next 3 letters will be the number of CO, NC, and NO contacts. And at the end, you can see the voltage the device is working with. So this could change if it comes to wireless, etc. But in general, we create all our products with this type of identification. So I will say after a while, and you become more and more familiar with the products, you can understand the logic behind our product names, let's say. Today we start with the product overview with the professional standard. By last year, we split the standard devices, let's say, and the smart home devices. So the first chapter we go through is the professional standard we are working with since over 70 years. And now we are on point. I'd like to switch to my colleague Michael and start.
Yeah.
Yes, here.
Yeah, I want to give you an overview over these different product groups, what we are showing in our catalog. And we started on the last product group in our catalog. So we go from the back side of the catalog up to the front side of our catalog. So you see the generations when we started 71 years ago with these mechanical devices. In our first chapter, we will see these mechanical relays. There we also having the DIN rail devices, of course, and of course also built-in devices, what you can see, for example, here on the left side. The DIN rail devices you can have in many different voltages. You can find it in the catalog from low voltages up to 230 volt, and also for AC and DC, of course. And the same we also offer for the built-in devices. We start with a one normal open contact. You can have 2 normal open contacts, 1 normal open contact, 1 normal close, up to 4 contacts in 2 modules. So you see there we are very flexible. And the same is on the next page, Michael.
I skipped to the next, but I forgot something at the beginning. Sorry. First, for sure, this webinar will be recorded and afterwards uploaded to YouTube. And the second, I forgot, you have a Q&A or F&A section. Yeah. So if you have questions, please type them into this Q&A field, and so we can answer them very flexible during the webinar. And now back to you. Next page.
Because on the next page in capital 18, we are talking about the impulse switches. And these impulse switches are the typical Eltakos, let me say. So an Eltako, the German installer is talking about an Eltako when he is buying an S12-100, so with one normal open contact, and the control voltage is 230 volt AC. This is an Eltako, and there we are coming from. But of course, you also can have all devices with different voltages, low voltages, DC for the control voltage, and the same also for the built-in device, what you can see here on the left side. But all of them are completely mechanical. There is no electronic inside, and we are still selling hundred thousands of them. So the installer are still loving these mechanical devices since 71 years now. Next page, Michael. In capital 17, you will find the power supplies. Since many years, also Eltako is producing these power supplies, and these power supplies are also very successful on the market, because you will not find a power supply like this as a DIN rail device. Often you can buy power supplies in an industrial design, but they doesn't fit into the distribution box. And now you are having here power supplies with 12 volt DC, 24 volt DC in different watts. That means we are starting with 0.2.5 watt up to 2 amp, that it's around about 48 watt for a DIN rail device. And of course, you also can have it as a built-in device. You can see it here as an SNT61, for example. 61 is our series for the built-in series. And there we are offering 12 volt DC and also 24 volt DC. And they are completely very efficient. That means the power loss, it's very good for these devices. And this is one positive point for the power supplies from Eltako. And important, they are also absolutely stable. That means they are producing exactly 12 volt DC and 24 volt DC, and the voltage will not dropping down. That means up to 48 watt, for example, it's the output 12 volt. And if you are overloading the power supplies, we will switch off, so the voltage will not dropping down. This is important very often for the electronical devices what are controlled behind. Next step, please, Michael.
Yes, before we go to the next one, we have a question. Do you still have XR12 and XS12?
No, we don't have. No, we only are offering these R12 and S12 with 16 amp because let me say the past was we were not so successful with these mechanical 25 amp devices. So, and the market, was not our market. There are other competitors on the market since many, many years what's selling high amp devices, high amp capacitor in the past. But we do not selling these devices anymore.
Okay, I skip to the next one.
Yeah. In the standard range, we also offering devices for controlling roller shutters. This is very successful since many, many years because these devices are very flexible. So we are offering here also a DIN rail device for one motor, a DIN rail device for two motors directly. You can increase it with different devices so that you have one master device where you connected the push buttons, and then you can increase with a master up to unlimited slaves. Also for DC motors are also possible to control. Here we are talking about 24 volt DC motors. And of course, you also can have an automatic functions with these multi-sensor. What you can see on the left side, there we are offering wind, rain, sun, and also a separated rain sensor, a separated wind sensor. So this system is completely very flexible. And interesting is here with these MSR12, what you can see here in the middle, there you or the customer can set the values by himself. So he don't need any software, and it's a simple and easy device. And for all installers who loves a wire, for example. And the same is here for this product group, is that we do offer as well a built-in device. You can see it here on the right side. Next group. Of course, Eltako is offering also staircase time switches. So there are a lot of competitors on the market what's offering since many years staircase time switches, but also Eltako is offering staircase time switches. We do not offer a mechanical version. We only offering electronical staircase time switches because there you have much more flexibility. So for example, we automatically detecting the 3-wire installation and the 4-wire installation. So the electronic detected it automatically. And this is only possible, of course, with an electronic device. And you can see here different devices with rotary switches, with a display, and of course also here for the built-in solution. So there is a big range of staircase time switches as well since many years in the Eltako range. Next group. Yeah, the bodyguards. The bodyguards sounds interesting. There we are talking about main disconnection switches. So for example, to switch off electrosmog, it's still a device what we are selling. Let me say 20 years ago, it was a hype with these FR12 or FR61 devices to switch off the electrosmog in your sleeping room or in completely houses. This is one of the bodyguards. Then, of course, we also offering mains monitoring relays where you can control your power supply from your grid. So we are controlling there the under voltage in 2 different steps. So you can have you have the option to set different control voltages for the main monitoring relays. And as well, it's every time the same. We do offer, of course, most of these devices also for the built-in solution. Have a look in each capital, I think, because this is only a short overview. We are showing here 2 or 3 or 4 devices, but if you are going into the catalog, you will find very different solutions. And I'm 100% sure, not only for these mechanical devices or for the main disconnection relays, Eltako is a specialist. So we are the specialist for all kinds of solutions, let me say. And if you will not find the right devices, give us a call. Next group, Michael. Yeah, timing relays is a very interesting product group because here is Eltako also since many years very successful, because we are offering here timing relays with up to 18 different functions. And as you can see, we can do it with rotary switches, and we know most of the installers prefer a rotary switch instead of the display, what you can see on the right side. But also over the devices with rotary switches, we can realize up to 18 different functions. They are having, of course, a universal control voltage. So these devices, the timing relays, are absolutely flexible. And they are, or you can have it as a multifunction timing relay, but we offering also time relays with a standalone function. So if the customer, for example, exactly knows what function he needs, he can buy the same device at least, but with a single function. More flexible for the service, for the wholesalers, are of course the multifunction timing relays. And I don't have to talk about, you can see it directly here, it's the built-in device on the left side as well. Yeah, and the standard functions completely included, from delay timers and so on, clock generator. So, you know, 18 functions, there must be the right functions inside what the installer needs. Go ahead, please. Of course, we talked at the beginning over the Eltako, the electromechanical device, an S12100 230 volt AC. We do offer, of course, electronic impulse switches as well. This is also a big range of products. It's a single function. That means it's an electronic impulse switch with one normal open contact. But here we also offering special functions, for example, like central control, that you can control not only one impulse switch, you can control a whole group, a whole building, or a completely floor. There are so many possibilities. And also here we are offering standalone devices, as you can see here, with this ER12DX. And in the middle, you can have an impulse switch with a display. And in this, over this display, you have the option to set 18 different impulse switch function. And here is also included, for example, the relay function. So very flexible for the installer, for the service. He can have one device with this display solution, for example, and he can set different impulse switches function, and as well also it's possible to use as a normal relay. Next product group, Michael. Here we see the electronical devices ESR12Z. It's once again the impulse switches, what's possible to control as a central on and central off and over groups. And for example, this ER12Z is a device, it's a device on the right side, what you can see here. There you have up to 4 impulse switches in one device, in only 2 modules, and all of them can be controlled separate. And of course, also central on, central off, and there is a group control inside. And they are very interesting in the price. So it's a very, very good price for 4 impulse switches with an electronical solution. Of course, all these electronical devices are still having a mechanical relay inside, but the noise is very less instead of a mechanical impulse switch, for example. You see, there is a lot of possibility in our standard range, from a mechanical relay up to an electronical device, what it's possible to control central on and central off over group and so on. And the next product group, this is more and more, oh, sorry, I'm too fast. No, go ahead, please, because I thought the next product group were the most important product group for Eltako nowadays. But these product group energy meters are also very interesting, because more and more the people wants to control in an easy way their power consumption. We are offering there since, I think, around about 15, 20 years now, energy meters in a different way. We are offering the gray ones without any certifications. So it's possible to use it to measure your own power consumption. And we are offering a blue range. And these blue range, it's with an MID certification. And all the devices with an MID certification, over these devices, it's allowed to sell the current, for example, to your customer. There is a big range from single-phase energy meters up to three-phase energy meters. And as you can see here, for example, they are very slim. A three-phase energy meter up to 80 amp direct measuring. It's only 4 modules. So it's a very small energy meter. So if you decided for an Eltako energy meter, you will save also space in your distribution box. Yeah. And we are offering directly measuring energy meters. We are having energy meters with SO output. This is our standard output, but we also have an MBus energy meter. We are having energy meters what's sending out EnOcean telegrams, so over a bus, for example, so that you can read out the informations, for example, in our software, if there is a wish. So there are a lot of options, and we're also offering different kind of transmitters so that you can connect these energy meters to a transmitter to send out the informations, for example, into an EnOcean net. On the next page, we are coming to the most important product group since many, many years now. It's increasing still because everybody wants to dim, and Eltako is, let me say, in a lot of countries, the market leader when we are talking about dimming. Dimming is possible, more and more for all kinds of loads. We are talking about only over universal dimmers. So Eltako is offering only universal dimmer for R, L, and C loads. And of course, including this energy saving lamps. Of course, more and more the energy saving lamps are getting from the market. But the LEDs are also possible to dim, of course. These Eltako dimmers, all of them are can dim mostly all kind of LEDs what are on the market. And there are thousands of different types on the market. But we have, from the beginning when the LEDs coming up, implemented the possibility to dim as well LEDs. And as you can see here, we are offering dimmers with a rotary knob. We can mount it directly in these European boxes. We are offering DIN rail devices. We are offering a lot of different built-in devices, and all of them are directly possible to control with push buttons. So from each position, it's possible to dim up and down, and of course to switch on and off. And interesting is here, all impulse switches, what are installed all over the world, can be changed in an easy way to a dimmer. And this is a big market for these product groups, I think.
Michael, there's one question coming up.
Yeah.
The anonym wants to ask for, I see max is 400 watts. Any minimum loads for LEDs?
All devices what's offering or must be connected with an L and N wire, so with a permanent power supply, doesn't need any minimum load. We are having one type in our range. There is no N wire needed, and then we need for the LEDs as well a minimum load, and this is, if I remember right out of my mind, it's 4 watt only. And but this is only one type. It's a built-in device. It's an EUD61L, I think it's a name. And there we need a minimum load, but this device doesn't have any N wire. All other devices where you have an N wire, no minimum load. Okay, capital Z. In capital Z, this is the last capital in our catalog. There you will find different kind of accessories, like, for example, our antennas. You will find there these socket. You will find the measuring instrument for EnOcean. Yeah, have a look in these, or you will find adapters for so that you can mount it, for example, built-in devices on a DIN rail box or in a DIN rail box. So there are a lot of accessories for all different kind of Eltako types. What you perhaps need. Have a look in capital set if you are searching for special accessories.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next will be next.
next is your part. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for that. And as you can see, there's a lot of products, a lot of informations, a lot of solutions, and that's only a part of the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
So coming to on this point, I will say, if you have any wishes about having webinars on specific products or trainings or something like that, please contact us. We can have special webinars about single devices if needed. And if you want to have some deeper knowledge, for sure, we can provide you any kind of service to help you to find the best solution for your case. Good, great. Thank you, Michael, for the first part. Mm-hmm. This is all our professional standard we have checked out now. And now I switch to a page as a kind of introduction for the next few slides. And this is the question to ourselves: what are the demands on a modern installation by today? In our point of view, and let's say benchmarking on the market, etc., marking analysis, today everyone is asking about a unified standard, an open system. This should be easy to handle. It should be suitable for simple and as well for complex applications. You should be able to have simple changes of functions. It should be expandable and flexible at any time, so you have some kind of investment security. It should be adaptable to technical innovations. You should be able to get a large selection of products. And at the end, for sure, the price should be good in range. So these are our explanation of demands on a modern installation. And how will we manage that? First of all, since 2008, we are working together with the EnOcean technology, where we're working together with EnOcean and use their wireless technology as a worldwide standard, which is using the frequency of 868 megahertz in Europe. There's no wires, there's no batteries on the EnOcean energy harvesting sensors. It's comfort and safety. It's for sure energy efficient and really, really flexible. You will see that on the following slides. Software and app control with smart home controllers. So if you use controllers, you can use your app to control these EnOcean devices. And again, the cooperation with them is working since 2008. So we have more than 12 years of experience now with the EnOcean technology. And this EnOcean is only a part of it, but to explain you about the standards we are using, we go now to the professional smart home. So that's how we divide our products. We will say you have professional standard and you have professional smart home devices. And again, as the previous slides Michael explained you, on the next following slides, you can see always the number of the chapters. If you remember that number, you can check out in our main catalog, each product belongs to that chapter. So, and here I hand over back to Michael to start with the professional standard. Enter the smart home world now.
Yeah, as you can see here, this is one of our heroes. And this hero will or shows us that we can make each home smart. And on the next chapter, we will start how we can do it. This is now chapter 1, and in chapter 1 you will find for us the most important DIN rail devices for a smart home. So this is a completely serious what can be installed in a distribution box in an easy way. We are offering here a big range from standard relays over dimmers, of course. We are having shading actuators, we are having heating actuators, and also a lot of special kind of actuators, what you can find in this chapter. The most important DIN rail devices for us is, of course, a switching actuator, the dimmers, of course, a shading actuator, and a heating actuator. These four products, let me say, are 80% of the smart home actuators at least, and the rest will fill up the whole range. If you are looking for special kind of actuators, have a look in chapter 1, and you will find a DIN rail actuator, what is controlled over 1 FAM, what you can see here on the right side. And interesting is that these technology, this kind of installation, it's an unlimited installation. So if you wants to control 120 actuators, you can do it with 1 FAM14, for example. If you want to increase it, you only have to open the next line and you can install the next 126 channels. So it's absolutely an unlimited system. So it's not only for a family house, you can use it for a huge kind of installation. And here you see the big possibilities, and it makes it also so interesting and cheap, at least, because only in the FAM14 we are having the EnOcean chip included, and the rest of the devices are a little bit stupid. They only get the information over a bus, and so we can save a lot of money in the kind of installation instead of a lot of competitors. If you will check it with other competitors, you will see how interesting this kind of installation could be. Next page. Yeah, the same actuators, what we have seen in capital 1, what's completely controlled wireless, we can do it wired, or we can do it over a bus. So Eltako is very flexible. It's not only a wireless solution. We can use the same actuators from capital 1 now in a wired installation. That means that all push buttons, for example, are installed into the distribution box connected to an input module with two inputs, and there we are also unlimited. At least in one line we can have up to 500 push buttons to control our actuators. And if you prefer, for example, a two-wire installation with a shield cable, like an KNX installation, for example, we offering there also a solution in capital 2. So if there is an existing KNX installation and you want to change to Eltako, or perhaps the devices from KNX are too expensive, you can do it with Eltako, and you will find these devices in capital 2. Next page. The same is from the functionality, what we described in capital 1 and 2. You can have it as a built-in device. It's on the right side. You can have it as a ceiling device. It's the white device in the middle. And we are also offering the next generation of tap radio, for example. It's on the left side, but it's completely controllable with the EnOcean technology. So you see, we are here absolutely flexible. Also in capital 3, you will find different kind of generations of our products from series 61, where you can make the settings with the rotary switches. You can see it here on the right side. On the left side, you will find the tap radio devices, series 62. There you can do everything via tap code. And for the ceiling devices, we are offering, for example, an adapter called DAT71. And with this adapter, you can use our software, PCT14, for free, and you can do the programming via software or directly on your PC. So there are a lot of options, absolutely flexible built-in devices, ceiling devices, and different kind of generations you will find in chapter 3. It's a very interesting series. In chapter 4, we are offering also the solution to send a lot of information and functions via power line. So there is no EnOcean needed, there is no wire needed. You can use your 230 volt grid, your net, to send the information from your push button, from your switch, to an actuator over your net in your house. There is an absolutely flexible system. We call it power line, and we can combine it as well also with our EnOcean technology. For that, we are offering gateways. You can see here one DIN rail gateway. Then you are receiving the EnOcean telegrams over this gateway and sending it to a power line actuator, for example. But of course, also in the other direction, from a power line push button or switch, we can make an EnOcean telegram to control DIN rail devices or send it out to control an built-in actuator. This is very flexible. As you can see, we can use wired installation, we having a bus installation, we have a wireless installation, and we also can use the 230 volt net over power line. In capital 4 now. Next capital, please. All these 4 capitals, what we have seen, and products are possible to control with one of our servers. There is also a big range with different solutions of servers. We're starting with our Safe 4. We are having a mini safe. We are talking about an GSM module, for example, and we're also talking about an vButler. So if there is a server needed to control your actuators via app, for example, please let us know what you want to control, how many actuators do you want to control, and we will find the right server for you. And to make it perfectly, you can see here on the left side also devices from iRoom. This is also a part from Eltako. We have had last week an iRoom webinar where we have shown all the possibilities, what we can do with these wall-mounted and in-wall mounted docking station for an iPad, for example. And then you have the absolutely perfect combination iRoom, wall-mounted docking stations, a server from Eltako, and you can control all kinds of actuators from Eltako. And of course, when we are talking about EnOcean, from the whole alliance, you have the option to control as well lots of different competitor products, let me say, or alliance products. Next capital. To control an actuator, you need a sensor. And this is also a part of the Eltako family. In capital 6 and 7, you will find passive and active sensors. So from a push button to a motion detector to a temperature regulator, window door contact, and so on. So to describe the difference between passive and active is a passive actuator means you have to do something to press a push button, for example, to send out a telegram. This is a passive actuator. An active, sensor. An active sensor, it's sending out automatically the information, the telegram, like a motion detector. So it's detecting motion automatically, of course, and then you get a telegram, or you will get a status telegram from a window door contact. So an active sensor is sending by himself a telegram, and a passive sensor, you should do anything to press a push button to send out a telegram. And this you will find in capital 6 and 7, a big range of different kind of actuators, sensors, sorry. Also in the EnOcean portfolio, or in these, now I lose the name, professional smart home, you will find in capital 8 accessories for our system. Yeah, like sockets, like frames from antenna for telephone, and so on. Have a look if you are missing something. Of course, I have seen that we also are having visitors from the UK, for example. This is the mostly Middle European socket what we are offering. We do not have these UK sockets, for example, but sometimes you can use it in other countries in the middle of Europe, hopefully. Was it the last capital, Michael?
Yes. Now
yeah.
we come to the summarization.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this was also my part. So you can see here an overview. We talked about all the options what we can realize with the Eltako Professional Smart Home. We are having the DIN-rail actuators, what are, for example, possible to control wireless, wired, over a bus, over power line. And here you can see in the bottom all the options what we can combine in a smart home. Also, the energy meters are possible to including into this kind of system, so that you can see on your app directly your power consumption, your momentary power consumption, and so on. And of course, we had also in one of our last webinars the DALI devices, and this is also a part nowadays from Eltako to control DALI over gateways, for example, with the EnOcean technology. And what we want to show with this page is how flexible Eltako is with the product range. On the next page, it's a little bit more easier overview. There you can see the different technologies, what we are using in our actuators, in our product range. So we started with a wireless installation, for example, left in the top, and then we are going like a clock to the wire bus installation. This is installation, it's similar, for example, to an KNX installation, and that means if there is a building done with an KNX wired installation, we can realize it also with Eltako products. We have a 4-wire bus installation for special kind of heating sensors, for example. We are using the power line system, a big range of gateways for DALI, for power line. So this is an option to combine, for example, also for KNX, to combine different systems with the Eltako solutions. And at least, of course, for these installers, what's loving a wire, still loving a wire, we are offering also a wired solution. So everything is wired, but he can use the completely comfort, for example, to control also this wired installation via app. So you see there is a big range of possibility to make each home smart.
Absolutely, and thank you, Michael, for your explanation. It's so many informations you need to remember when it comes to the whole Eltako portfolio, and if you have a look through our large catalog. So again, if there are questions or needs to have more details about the whole product group or a separate product, just give us some feedback and we can create some videos or webinars to support you in that case. Yes, that's our beautiful devices we are offering: professional standard, professional smart home, in a really proper way, and we can salute almost every case with some of our products in combination or as standalone, what you have seen on the last slides. For sure, we are not standing still, and we have some more things to go with in the future. And as some of you may have seen our webinar 4 weeks ago as the Light and Building Special. This is almost ready to be uploaded on YouTube. And you can check out more details about the next generation of products. Here, we can simply see a quick overview about what's coming next. We have DALI devices, what Michael explained already. We have tubular motors with EnOcean included. We have a new controller called Safe5. We are into the Friends of You Alliance and have Friends of You push buttons. We will have the new EnOcean STM550 multi-sensor, and most focusing on our Series 64, which is a bit delayed, unfortunately, because of the Corona situation, but we are working hard to come with it somewhere in the third quarter of 2020. We keep you updated, and if you want to be updated, follow us on our websites, on all the social media channels, ask us directly, go to our hotline, whatever. We are here to support and help you in any case. And before I stop with it, there's one last question. Is there more detail regarding the servers?
I think it's not the right time now, and to talk about the servers in detail. Perhaps it's an idea to make an own webinar about all the possibilities with our servers coming, so that we are offering a special webinar only over servers, Michael.
Yes, why not? Why not? I think we should split that in several webinars, because one webinar about all the possibilities, we should book a weekend, I guess. So this is so powerful.
True, yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Nick. For sure, these are the feedbacks we need. If there's some necessity to give you more details about any products, let us know. So good idea. We can work on some kind of webinar for our service.
Yeah. At first, we can make an overview webinar. What's the difference between all these possibilities, what we are offering at the moment, and then we can have different webinars where we can go a little bit more into the deep.
Correct. Correct. One more question is coming up. Is a maximum what's possible to increase? Example EUD12. I think he talks about
the EUD12 a standalone device. It's not possible to increase. If you want to increase, you need an EUD12D or an EUD. No, it's only the EUD12D. What's possible to increase?
Increasing by an LUD?
By an LUD, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So maximum 9 LUDs, and then we are talking about, I think it was around about 2,400 watt. This is the maximum what we can dim.
So for all of those who can follow us right now, the EUD is our universal dimmer wired version. Just to come back.
Yeah, we can do the same with the wireless solution, of course. There is also an option, but the question was about an EUD12.
No, I mean for the audience For
Yeah.
those all who are listening and have so much input, maybe some of them don't remember what was the EUD.
Yeah.
It's an electronic universal dimmer.
Yeah.
Okay, no open questions now. If there are some, please type them in. And if there's no more open question, I can simply wish you all the best. Stay healthy, take care. Follow us on all the social media channels and keep yourself updated. We try our best to support more and more informations via these channels. And so I have to say thank you to the audience. Thank you, Michael.
Also, thank you from my side. So from the north in Germany, we also having here in the north of Germany nice weather. So all of you having a nice weekend. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.